Hello everyone, welcome to tutorial 2 of spellings and phonetics, and on this tutorial we're going to start looking at rules of spellings. Now, before looking at rule 1 of spellings, let's have a quick preamble. Look at a word like sin, sinner, and sinning. A quick question: why is it that sinning has one N and sinner have two N's? Same thing with sinning. Let's look at rule 1 of spellings. Rule 1 of spellings says whenever a monosyllabic or disyllabic word ends with a consonant letter N, M, P, R, etc. at the addition of a suffix that begins with a vowel letter, the consonant letter that ends the root word is doubled. Now let's put our root word here. We're going to have our suffix and derivative or new word. Now, an example is clap. Clap ends with a consonant letter P. What rule 1 is saying, if we are adding a suffix that begins with a vowel letter, I is a vowel letter, ing is a suffix. That if we're adding a suffix that begins with a vowel letter, the last P that ends our root word will be double. That is why we have clapping. Another example is going to be same clap, and this time around we will be adding ER. That is going to equal clap. Adding ER, we're going to add a P to make it clapper. Let's look at a disyllabic word, and the disyllabic word we're going to look at is a word like worship. Worship. So if we're adding maybe ER, we're going to have worshipper. So you can see that we have doubled the P. So that is what rule 1 is saying. But before we round off on rule 1, there are exceptions to this rule. Now, exception to this rule are letter X, Y, W, J, Q, and sometimes D and T. Now, we don't double X, Y, W, J, Q, and sometimes D and T. Now let's look at some examples of X. We have fixing. You don't double the X. Mixing. The X is not doubled. For Y, you have a word like crying. You have a word like buying. And let's take D, lending. Mending, etc. So most of words ending with these letters are not doubled. So these are the exception to the rule. Thank you very much. See you in our next tutorial.
You can follow us on our official social media handles below.